Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I'm organizing and decluttering my pantry. It turned into such a hot mess. I have a lot of organization ideas for you. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe if you're new here, and let's get started.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face of defeat, yeah.
So here is a before shot of you of what everything is looking like starting out. Tons of stuff on the floor. My goal is to get everything off of the floor. I don't have baskets down there. I've been meaning to get them and it hasn't happened yet. So I really don't like that there's random things strewn throughout that area. There's crumbs down there. I found some crackers and all of these organization items have worked out super well, but as you can see, we just haven't been keeping up with them lately. So it really is a little bit of everything everywhere and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So the first thing I'm going to do is start pulling almost everything out of there. The area when I walk in that I'm taking everything off the shelves right now, that is what we use the most. That's our snacks, that's our items for dinner, breakfast, etc. Everything on the left side is more of for cooking, so sauces and all of those items we're going to rearrange a little bit, but I'm going to focus on this wall right here.
So I've been told that I should fold and give in. I can't win in this game, no. But you can hear me laughing. I'm the new thing in this field. You should kneel instead of me now.
And everything is going on the dining room table. As you can probably tell, the island is taken apart right now. The cabinet doors are laying on top. We were in the middle of painting it. It's done now. It looks great, but that's why it is a hot mess over there, hot mess everywhere. I'm taking the paper towels out of here. We don't even store those in here. The kitchen trash bags, the drinks, I'm just pushing outside the door because those are going to go on shelves. I have some shelf stacking items from the old house we haven't used yet, so those will go in storage. And then I wanted to grab all of my extra containers and set them out right here so I knew what I had, I knew what chips, crackers, etc. I could put in what containers. Now I'm going to use these Swiffer dusting wipes. I use these so much, you guys know that, and it's for their floor Swiffer, but I use these for dusting almost anything. So I'm wiping down all of our flour, sugars, things that aren't used that often. I also am using them to wipe off the shelves, and we have wire shelves as you can see, so these work really well to get in all sides of them.
I ain't staying in the background, no, 'cause I don't need your worry. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, don't take no bullshit. You should know, no. I'm about to explode.
Here's an overview of everything I pulled out of there, and now I'm going to start consolidating items into those airtight containers. I do have a lot of these on my Amazon page. It's linked in the description. A lot of the organizers you see, like the bins, the Lazy Susans, etc., are all there, so be sure to check that out. Again, it's linked in the description. I have my label maker on there, and several of you asked the last time I organized this how I keep track of expiration dates, so I will do it with this. I'm just going to do, I think it's 06/07 of 2020, so actually it's coming up pretty soon for the flower that's going to go on the back, and then the name of the flower is going to go on the front. And here is a little shot of Forrest. You guys always ask me to include him in my videos when he's not in them, so here he is. He was just hanging out right here outside of the pantry and kitchen area for a little bit. Now I'm going to start putting several items back in.
I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, 'cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me.
One of the first things to go back in are my Verb bars. These are an energy bar with green tea and I'm obsessed with these. I think I still have a link where you can try 4 of them for less than $1. So if I can find that, I will make sure to include that link in the description box as well. They're super good and they are made with a green tea instead of like coffee, so the caffeine, it doesn't make you feel all shaky or anything. They're just a great afternoon pick-me-up. I like the vanilla latte flavor. The coconut one tastes like a Girl Scout cookie. The Samoa, something like that. And then I really like the peanut butter one. I think they're all just super good. So yeah, I will include that for you. And I put them in my Lazy Susan. I should have sorted them by flavors, but I just made sure that they were all standing up and the front of the label was facing forward. And then I'm going to wash out a couple of these airtight containers I used previously for different things.
Searching for the truth somewhere else when I just want you. There was a void in my soul. Now I found my true home. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, 'cause they're playing the best song.
I mostly use airtight containers for flowers and items we don't use regularly to keep them fresh longer, but I do use them for a couple of snacks that do tend to get stale really quickly, like popcorn, tortilla chips, and cereal. These airtight containers are an investment, I know. I never bought a ton at once. I'd buy a couple here, a couple there over a few years or a few months. Whenever I would, see them on sale, or if I needed a couple, then I would buy them, and I will have them for the rest of my life. I'm sure they last you a long time, so I really recommend them. They do save your food. They do keep it fresh longer, so nothing goes to waste. Now I'm going to start loading up this snack area with bars. That one was stackable. It's on my Amazon page too, and I'm wiping everything off really so there's no dust on them. There aren't a whole lot of these items that are very dirty, but just a little bit of dust in regular maintenance to wipe them off really quickly is all they needed. And now I'm going to start stacking up some drinks.
Look to the left, look to the right. Nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times.
Here's an update on the dining room table situation. It's still a hot mess, but we get through this next part really quickly. I'm continuing to add items into my bins, and I do switch things out, a little bit of trial and error. For example, I'll put several items in one. They loaded up too much. I have to use a bigger one, but that's life. That happens, especially if you are like us. We do have some staple items that we buy at the grocery store, but we do like to try new things, so I tend to move items around in here all the time. I'm loading up the snacks and the dinner items first and foremost because we go through those items the most. And then the baby items, I also moved one shelf higher. I used to have them on the very bottom shelf by all of the drinks, but I found that several times a day I was hunching over and going through them to see what we have. So this way, a little bit of height is going to make it so much easier to see what's in there. These are the same stackable shelves that I used for all of those bars too.
Until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till the sun comes crashing down. I'm yours until the end of time. until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away.
One thing I always like to throw out there is you can use items for organizing that are not intended for it. So for example, I've used a honeycomb, this thing right here. It's kind of like a bowl, kind of like a vase from Home Goods, for my breads for a long time, because I used to notice that those would go bad so fast before I had a chance to use them. They would blend in with everything else. So now I see that honeycomb bowl and I always make a conscious effort to see what the bread's looking like. I want to make sure, of course, that I use it all up before it goes bad, and that has really made a difference for us. As random as it is, it's worked, so wanted to share that. And then I'm going to use an organizer from Home Goods for all of our tea packets. I've used this in the freezer for frozen breast milk. I've used it for so many different things. I do have a couple items for organizing that are fairly specific in what they can be used for, but almost everything that you'll see in my pantry for organizing is extremely versatile. I really try and focus on that. I like things I could use in the pantry, in a closet, in a bathroom. Who knows where I'm going to want something in a year from now, 6 months from now, 5 years. So as versatile as you can get for all of your organization products, the better. Also, keep an eye out for any airtight container packs you buy that have the really tall ones for pasta noodles. They are obnoxiously tall. I have a few different ones from different sets, and I've noticed that they do not fit on a lot of my shelves. So wanted to point that out there too. The pasta ones you might want to avoid unless you have shelves that are really far apart.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze, in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout, on my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me.
We are getting really close to wrapping things up in here, and then I will show you guys the after and how everything turned out. I'm just wiping down the shelves on the other side really quickly. I straightened it up over here. I wiped the shelves down. I made sure that all of the sauces, spices, seasonings were in the right containers and made sense, but I wanted to focus on the other side because we use it 10 times more. I'm going to go through some of the larger bins, make sure the plastic items in here make sense. I have a vase right there that I used to use for pasta. It doesn't have anything in it right now, but I figured I would leave it in here because I'm sure I'll find something to throw in there. And I also have these labels on tons of the organizers. Some of you probably noticed. These also are linked on my Amazon page. I bought, I think it's like a few hundred for around $10. They're the best deal for labels I could possibly find. The last thing I'm doing is vacuuming the floor in here, and then I'll show you the after. Wire shelving is really good for that purpose. Everything falls to the floor. You don't have shelves that get really dirty. So here is the after. Here is what everything looks like. It just needed some tidying up and straightening up, and it looks 10 times better. The shelf is almost always filled with drinks. We like our drinks, but as you can see, I really need to go to the grocery store. So we have our sparkling waters here, our bottled waters, soda. We have our baby items, our snacks and cereals are on the next ones, a few more snacks. These stackable ones are so great. You can stack them as high as you want. The Lazy Susans I recommend for tons of stuff. I use it for baby items as well in a baby cabinet with all the bottle parts. And then the larger ones are great for snacks. So I have tons of other snacks right here. I have some chocolate chips, extra snacks, the bread, the dinner items, as you saw before, are on the next shelf. And then after that is the baking items. And then I will show you guys the other side.
I ain't staying in the background, no, 'cause I don't need your worry. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go.
In this one, I'm throwing olive oil and butter in there too, so the items we use the most for cooking are all in the same place. A little overview of spices and the rest of the shelves, and that is all for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for spending the time with me. Please be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, write a comment down below. I love hearing from you. I also link recent videos in my description box and tons of other stuff, so don't miss out on that, and I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!